Hi, welcome back. This last video, I just want to show you something I outlined in the first video, which is about whether we, delete the atoms once they're not needed anymore. The actual pod will be deleted, or do we just detach or detach the actual atom so it will stick there for a later purpose? So we start here where we left off. We have our worker 03 atom. Worker 3 atom in my Kubernetes environment. So we did the auto scaling. The pod is the single one on worker 03 that we talked about. Now let me go and edit the file that I've told you about before. So it's going to be the atom deployment service autoscale. There we go. And if I scroll down, I showed you that in the first video. I have these two options set up, right? So I have now commented the actual detaching of the atom. So it will be deleting the actual atom with all of the configuration for it. So every time it will create a new one, which is time consuming for sure. So let me just comment out this one and try the detaching. Okay, so like that. To be able to do that, we need then obviously to stop doing what we were doing. So I'm gonna Control delete -F. The actual file is this one. So I'm deleting my deployment, which should reflect here in a minute. And I'm also then deleting the service as it is, right? So there we go. So we start again all over with having my Kubernetes environment and having no atoms whatsoever, and starting a new deployment. So I'm going to create this one now based on the detaching. So let me create this one real quick. And within hopefully a minute, we should see again the deployment being created, my service being created. The atom will be deployed to a node, to any node that I have sitting in the cluster. So let's wait and see until that happens. Let me report the pod. So it should be started already. So it's using node 4 now. It's been running for 17 seconds. And we should see that in a minute. Right, similar for the service, should still be there, up and running fine. So you're still using my external IP. Once the atom is up and running, we should be able to do a request and get back the information as before. So let's just wait a little bit. Let me make this a little bit smaller. So let's wait for the atom to be ready and reporting back into the platform. 54 seconds should be fair. Good to see it. Okay, I'll make it a little bit bigger so we get a nice output here. Like this. So let's just wait a couple of seconds before it's there. Now, what I will show you is the scaling again, but then scaling up and scaling down by just using the detaching. So let's see how that works. So there's my worker 4 that will be soon attached to the Kubernetes environment automatically. Now let me find again here the scaling. So again, I want to issue the command to scale up the deployment, having multiple replicas. That's basically what I want to do. So let's wait until the atom, there we go, there it's attached, it's up and running, it's online, ready to take in any request that will be issued to the service. Now let me, as I've said, use this kube control replicas 4, and as before, the cluster will be scaled to 4 nodes, each having an atom being deployed onto them. There we go. So we have the 4 deployments. Should be running. Oops. Just wait and see until we see those here at the left-hand side. So, and that's going to take a couple of seconds. Let's try to issue. We should be able to see a service here already. Right, I showed you this, so we should be able to do the curl command again. And you see here now the cluster is being not auto scaled, it's being scaled to 4 nodes actually. If I take the service, there we go. Should give me back already the information. I mean, the first node was already up and running and serving back requests, so that's all good. We should see still, where is it? One extra pod that just got started 2 minutes ago, or somewhere around that. We should see that as well here. Now, in the meantime, just let me let me scale down the deployment back to, for instance, 2 replicas, right? So the worker 1 will come in the end. So let's say we want to go back from 4 to 2. There it is. So it's reporting now back nicely into the platform. Suppose I want to go back to 2 replicas for some reason. I just issue this command. Now, what should happen, obviously, is that 2 of the pods, 2 of the atoms within it should be terminating now. But for a lifetime's sake, they're not being deleted, they're just being detached. And that should then reflect also here back in the platform. There we go. So we should have only 2 active nodes, or active atoms, I should say, because the pods are not actually even deployed here, right? The information will still be on disk, the configuration of the atom, right? So, but the atoms are not being deleted, so they're reported as being offline, which is all good. But let me now go back to 4. So I'm scaling back up to 4 replicas, see what happens here. So again, should be pods deployed, but then using again the, let me see this. And note for the worker 03, this is the atom ID 574F. So remember that. But let me see what's happening here. So we already started 2 new ones, again, based on the configuration that we kept on disk. But this is 22 seconds now going. And as I've said before, this will take a couple of seconds. There we go. So they're online again. There we go. It's exactly the same atom ID here. And then the attachment should happen within a second as well back to the Kubernetes cluster. So they're ready to take the processes and APIs that we want to have deployed to them, and ready to take any request coming from any service request here. So let me try that again here. There we go. That should still give me back patient information data. And while I did that, you can see the actual atoms being attached automatically to the Kubernetes environment. So the processes that I've just talked about will be automatically deployed to each of these, and then be ready to take in any service request that is sent to the external IP address. Thanks.